Here we are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, wherever you're watching, whenever you are watching.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
And welcome you.
Back. Yeah. Well, both of us, it's a hiatus for both of us. But
It's been...
good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a good day today.
Yeah, let's see. I know my wife was on the social feed a minute ago. Our faithful friend Laquita is here this morning.
Good morning, Laquita. How are you?
So good to have people with us.
Yep. Day in, day out.
It is.
Or weekend, or month in.
Month in, month
What's
out.
that?
You know, we broke our stride, and that broke our stride.
It did break our stride. Yeah, it's once you break that routine, it's really hard to get back into it.
It's like the workout routine,
yeah.
right?
We haven't run out of stuff to say. We just we just he's been busy. I had some unfortunate business to take care of.
Got it. So today is Tête-à-tête.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I hope that you took the time to look up what that means. I hope they took the time to just Google that. What is tête-à-tête? And just understand that it's a private conversation between two people, and it intones a deep relationship, a deep kinship, a friendship, and that's where we're at today.
Yeah.
So it's a tête-à-tête.
We could do this all the time, actually, if we wanted to. But
I would be open to it. Like every week?
Yeah. But it's good. It's good to be back and good to be talking photography with other photographers and just catching up. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. Today's actions are tomorrow's results. I think so.
Today's actions are tomorrow's results.
We'll build that. We'll build this show right around that.
I'm going to.
Okay.
That's why it's in my phone. Like Larry said, we haven't run out of stuff we want to say.
No. Yeah, I don't think that anybody in our audience or watching us would say that we would ever run out of things to say. So
we've decided sometimes when we introduce me that we just say, I'm extra. And I'm not for everybody, right? I know, like
extra sauce.
I was told recently that that's what do they call it? Emotional intelligence.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm like, well, call it what you want.
Yeah.
But I know who I am, right?
I think both of us know who you are. No,
if you don't know, I'm happy to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Same with me. Exactly. If you don't know, ask me.
It really kind of brings us to the root of who we are about and why we do this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I truly, deeply enjoy the time that we spend talking behind the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
That
me too.
Is super meaningful time.
And just, I mean, this is like an outlet for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, let's go talk to Bob. Well, you guys don't know, but our chat string sometimes is like, I mean, it's like this long
nonsense. So Gordon out in Idaho Falls, and you and I, we have this chat going for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's good. It's rich. It's life and family moments, and
it's everything.
And tech talk and nerd stuff, and we're talking ham radio.
Oh, we talk about purchases. We talk about
cars and
drinks and food and whatever else.
Food.
So,
my wife and I had my wife and I just opened our book of business out in Idaho Falls this last month, and in doing so, we spent some time out there, got an Airbnb, but we had the opportunity to spend time with Gordon and Danae in their home. Danae prepared an absolutely lovely meal for us, and we broke bread together.
Yeah,
which breaking bread together, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
We prayed together. We broke bread together.
We can't do that on our messages, but it's pretty close. So
we drink together on messages.
True. So yeah. It's been, I've kind of had a roller coaster ride, and I know you have been extremely busy, and now.
And I have a saying that busy is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So we have been active, and what I mean by that, so busy is bullshit. If you're busy and not making any money, that's bullshit, right? That's really small, that far away.
I can read it though.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I have to go to my readers.
Laquita says I'm a ham too, which is cool. I didn't know that.
So Q, you got to hook up with Gordo. He's a ham down there, and he's probably looking for folks to chat with.
And I'm an ex one. So
well, and I'm a former Mars chief.
So there
I
you
was
go.
Mars chief on my ship.
We all have radio
and
back.
at Zero Charlie Oscar Hotel.
Mine was WN7JEM. That's
nice.
what I am.
Very cool.
But we all have radio waves that have permeated our brains now. So now we know.
Maybe that's the reason.
it's yeah.
You see that up there? I was thinking, oh no, water stain. Nope, that's a volleyball.
Right there.
Yeah, it's plank. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
When you have a kid that plays hockey, you have little dents in your drywall. That's what I have. I've filled most of them. Yeah.
All right, what did we miss here? My wife says you two will always have a lot to talk about, and she loves hearing it. And we've done windshield time with her in the back seat, right?
Yeah, she's usually back there laughing. So, yeah.
Or rolling her eyes.
Or rolling her eyes. Going, jeez, these guys.
Today's time is just to talk about life that's been going on and some of the challenges we've both faced. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the upcoming convention for PPI. That's the relevance here. One of the things that I said in describing this out to our social media is we're not just board members and we're not just professionals. We're humans, and we want to just share that a little bit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people kind of they don't forget it, and we're volunteers. So just to kind of put that into perspective, I'm unfortunately fortunately, still working full time, and I'm trying to ramp up for my June debut as a new type of photographer. And Bob's going full blast trying to keep his studio open and feeding his family, and he's got an employee now, so that counts.
We have a team of 9.
9. So being a volunteer and doing all this other stuff, sometimes people forget that we're truly volunteers.
I need to do some shout outs right on top of this.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Carrie Grant.
Brilliant. Carrie, if you're, I don't even know if you're listening to us today or if you're out there or you're going to watch it later, but top notch. I mean, I had to come in, I kind of been gone. Well, I have been gone, and I had to catch up yesterday on Slack and everything, and phenomenal job. So
just a lot of work going in.
Yeah.
Kim Minter,
yep.
So Kim is in the process of taking on our social media communications and email. And I'm going to shout out Jen Alvey, our former president, who has stepped back in to help with graphics design and also email communications. We're trying to improve that process going into this new season, right? Mm-hmm. This is probably a great time. I know we're going to talk about it at convention. But our relationship, PPI's relationship, Professional Photographers of Idaho's relationship to Professional Photographers of America, since 1968, I believe, we've been an affiliate of PPA. Mm-hmm. And just this week, now it's been in the works for a while, this was the talk of the Affiliate Leaders Day at Imaging USA in January, but this was coming. So just this week, they've announced that they're shifting from affiliate status to community networks, and I think it really has. It's going to give us an opportunity to really be more of that for our state, our community, to really be that community network. Really, one of the things that struck me profoundly on that date, when we were having that leadership meeting, is that all of these organizations, we're not part of the mothership.
No.
We are independent, sovereign organizations.
Right.
We have our own constitutions and bylaws. We're our own leadership. If PPA pulled the plug, we still exist.
Right.
Right? So they're redefining the relationship instead of affiliates. Now, affiliates 50 years ago meant something different. You're affiliated with something. Now you think of a sales associate or an affiliate relationship with Amazon. You're selling and making a little buck, and that's not our relationship.
No, and it hasn't been for a while.
Right, it really hasn't.
Yeah.
We don't sell anything for PPA.
No.
And their leadership doesn't lead us.
Nope.
So it's just moving forward. I'm going to be honest. It took me a minute. It took a lot of people a big minute to swallow the pill of we're no longer what we've been.
We kind of had a hint of that last year when David Truss came out and talked to the board members, and we discussed that as a board after he was gone, mm-hmm. and the writing was on the wall at that point in time. We just didn't know the terms and conditions, but the writing was on the wall. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, again,
it's an opportunity.
We run our own stuff anyway. It has nothing. I mean, we don't have anything. The only thing we have to do with PPA is the merit system, and that's pretty much it.
That is restructuring as well, and it is going to be designed to be more equitable for small organizations like ours.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And probably some of you don't know, but there are national affiliates, school education affiliates, West Coast School, Texas School. There's an East Coast School. All those are educational affiliates, national affiliates. And then we get into state affiliates like PPI has been, or PPC out west. And then there's local affiliates, which we don't have here in Idaho. But where I came from, I was associated. I spent time with both PP Sacramento Valley, and I spent time with PP Wine Country out in Northern California, and those are local affiliates. And now what's going to be happening is they're going to share the wealth of merits across the board.
Right. So since we were such a small community here in Idaho, we got a smaller number of merits, basically. Yeah. Since California and Texas were so big, they got a relatively
huge number of merits, right?
a more. Now it's all, here's your merits. Yep. Everybody gets this many. I think the number's 40, but I'm not sure.
That's the number I've heard too, but there's still a lot of information coming down the pipe with a lot of this.
But I think this is good. I think this is good for us. A lot of you don't know, we do have to pay some money to PPA every year. That's still going to continue.
It's nominal.
Yeah,
it's a couple $100.
It is nominal, but we've always paid it. And basically, they're just kind of separating the mothership from the children.
Well, I think what it does is it's really going to give us an opportunity to stand out in our own community. I did. It wasn't well received amongst the leaders.
No.
There were probably 100, maybe 120 of us, seemed like, at the Affiliate Leadership Day. Some organizations had their entire boards there. Some of them had their executive directors, their paid executive directors there.
Which we don't have.
Learned a lot from the folks from Maine and Massachusetts and Chicago, my Chicago folks. John, I love you guys out there in Chicago. I'm looking forward to coming out and seeing you guys.
Did you guys talk to the Pools, Jeff and Lori?
Jeff was a presenter.
Okay.
I shouldn't say a presenter. He was a facilitator with our Affiliate Leadership Day. And of course, Jeff had his Lead Savage booth at Imaging. Really, really interesting stuff.
So I have reached out to Jeff on this, and I think his position is pretty much the same as ours. So anyway, it really
it's just different.
It's different, yeah. And as all of you know, humans don't take change very lightly. So everybody should be aware of that. And if you're not, you are now.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. We're going to move forward with it. I think this is a good opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Once I got my head wrapped around it, I was able to see more of the forest for the trees. Anyway, Mike's here.
Hi, Mike.
Morning, Mike.
I couldn't see if that was Mike or
Hope
Mark.
you're coming to lunch today because I would love to see your face.
Yeah.
And stand on tiptoes and give you a hug.
Or a chair. Either
Shit,
one.
he's tall. All right. Well, let's talk about this. What's supposed to say? Oh, my wife's just talking.
Yeah, she's yakking.
Good. I love that about. I love the social feed thing in this now, and there's some cool new features that I haven't even scratched the surface of. Do you want to talk about this? Should I put that up?
Yeah, put that up.
Today I mentioned lunch, so I guess it's appropriate that we talk about it, right?
Hopefully you guys can. Hopefully you guys can join us today. Pueblo Lindo here in Meridian. Today is the same place we had it last month.
If you spoke Spanish, that'd be Pueblo Lindo.
Whatever. And then Idaho Falls has Cedric's today going on. So listen, we'd love to see everybody or as many people as can. The Pueblo Lindo restaurant really serves some very good food fast.
Well,
it's
and
not
we had 10 or 12 of us
food.
last time. We were all at one great table. They're already set up for us. We're going to have to move a bunch of tables around. And if we have overflow, it works out just fine too.
Yep. So come out and join us.
Yeah, notice that the times are not the same in both locations. Idaho Falls is meeting at 12:30, noon 30, and we're at 1 o'clock. We've got some imaging to do after this before we go there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll tell you about that later.
Man, it's been a minute, right?
I know. We've been cruising. So
this is probably the third time I've rubbed my eyes during this. I am mighty tired. We have had a bit of a blistering pace.
Yeah.
And it's been great.
Got a bunch of this is just a chat, guys, so we're going to kind of jump a little bit all over the place.
Yeah, anywhere you want.
I got a bunch of EF gear if anybody wants some EF lenses and stuff for sale. So
I need one for my 1D. I sold all of my EF lenses and realized my
What do
Pro
you want?
film camera.
I probably don't have anything you want.
You just need something simple.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't.
2470,
Yeah.
2.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need that.
All right. So that's not for sale.
Well,
say
it, man. What you got? Because these are our people.
I have a 70 to 200. I got two excellent Sigma lenses. One's a 85 1.2, and what's the other one? Oh no, the other one's Canon. I got a 16-35 2.8 also.
Laquita wants to know what you have.
I'll lay it all out for you.
I've been reading them all over there.
Laquita, you
forgot I could put them on the screen.
Laquita, you have an RP.
She's got an adapter.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
you use all RF or EF glass, don't you, Q? Yeah.
Does she really?
I think so.
Oh, cool.
She might have
nothing wrong with that. I just RP. So I finally pulled the trigger on my first RF body. So I'm all jacked up about that. I got that 2 lenses coming and no bank account left. So that's okay.
Dude, I listed my lenses out to you and Gordo like a week ago. And I'm like, oh man.
I know. You keep saying, well, I bought this and I bought that. I'm like, whoa. So how's that card? Is it
not
sick?
card. No, we're not using credit.
You're just paying for it?
Yep.
Ouch.
Well, I sold $10,000 worth of my last kit.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
and that got me a good jump into my RF kit, and then I've added a few lenses.
And I have a truck to sell and several firearms to sell, and
I've got a few guns to
sell. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of junk. So, yeah, can't wait. I can't wait to get.
Q says the RF stuff's not in her budget. We almost don't need this meter here.
That's correct. We probably don't.
Yeah, as long as I can see it bibby bobbing over here, right?
Yeah.
It just lets me know that it's working. Like I don't have to ask if they can hear us because I know they can hear us.
Can you make it smaller?
I can't. I can put it small on every one.
No, I don't want it small on every one.
Right?
Yeah.
But I can see it here. I don't need to see it there. And then we could actually see the whole message nice and big. I'll have to work on that. You talk for a minute. I'm going to see if I can fix that.
Nah, he's going to go tech on me.
He's going to go bonk.
Yeah, so... Yeah, so... where am I going to end up?
Dude!
That was easy. Yeah. Where am I going to end up in photography? I'm going to do some product photography, which is kind of exciting. And I'm going to still shoot... I always hate to say this. I'm going to shoot some people. But I'm still going to do some human-type portraiture and stuff, but I'm not going to... This is not going to be my main focus. So, and then...
You've got a real bent towards doing some product work, don't you?
Yeah, I have a...
I love that.
And
I want you to get really good at it so you can teach me more.
I have a ton of stuff that I'm doing for that, and I'm really excited. So my first body is going to be... I can't wait for the email on this. My first body's an R7.
Mm-hmm. That's the new crop sensor, right?
New crop
That's like
sensor.
the Pro camera crop sensor.
Yep. And my very first lens I bought was the 14 to 35.
Oh, I love that lens.
Yeah. So
it's
f2.8.
in the cabinet right next to us.
and I'm going to buy my 85 1.2, and then I am going to buy an f4 lens. I'm going to buy because it's going to be a walk around. I'm going to buy the 70 to 200 f4.
Oh.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And all the
I
lenses.
would love to put that lens on a studio camera.
And, yeah.
Yep.
And all of you people out there that are, if you want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing, just touch base. I'll tell you.
Well, that's the deal.
What else am I going to do?
I love that. So Mike's going to be there.
At
obviously,
lunch?
my wife's coming too today. Yeah, cool.
I'll be there.
Let's come back for a minute. I know we're rambling today, but that's really was our plan.
Yeah.
This
is just kind of getting back into the swing of things is what it is.
We've got, did we talk about this yet?
No, let's talk about that.
All right, let me pop it up into preview. I'm going to slide it down.
You know, when you say slide down, I want to see you slide.
Wait,
no,
I mean, have that?
No, you know.
Oh, you want me to slide?
Yeah.
So, anything's possible. All right, we've got convention coming up end of this month.
Yeah, end of this month.
month.
And start of the next one. But it's going to be, I'm pretty excited about some of these speakers. Bob and I were talking about them earlier today, and you've got it up on your screen here. The Grow With It is the theme this year. Some other people that have done a fantastic job. We've been chatting with one of them here on the air, Mike Collins.
Oh my gosh, instructor, resource.
Thank you so much. We have a trade show this year for the first time in I don't know how long. Last time we had a trade show, I think, was about the first time I went to a PPI convention, which was a long time ago.
We sort of did one in Boise a few years ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
huge.
we have some names coming this time.
Yeah,
so,
we really do.
And Cary Grant and Sam and Jens from Pictureline, right? Yeah. From Pictureline.
So we've got Canon, Tamron, Panasonic.
Yep.
Just some great folks coming. I didn't put that slide in here because I thought
that's great.
I didn't really want to do announcements so much today as I just wanted to have our tête-à-tête.
But there's a couple of people here that I really want to see talk. So Tim Mayer is one of them, and then I think it's Annie
Marie.
Marie, yeah. Listen. I went over this. I've been gone and haven't really paid too much attention to it until last week, and so I'm still kind of going over the lineup and dissecting and all that kind of stuff.
Well, and there's been so many questions, and it's always like that. You can't possibly put all of the information out to the universe. There's just too much of it.
Right.
That's why you have to come.
Right.
And experience it, right? So we've got Katrina's coming. She's staying at our house.
Oh, cool.
Right? If you're coming from out of the area, find somebody that can host you.
Katrina, you have a credit coming too, so I'm just letting you know.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she forgot about it, but I didn't.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, great lineup here, right? So Annie Marie, Tim Meyer, Danny Batista, motivated lighting. I kind of dig that concept, right?
So, and Matt Hodgman, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Design for Matt, yeah.
Yeah.
Hodgman.
Matt.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it.
Matt. Okay. Design for Profit. I think that's going to be an excellent class too. I'm kind of nerded out on lighting.
Jen popping in the feed here.
Hi, Jen.
Excited
and Shannon Scruggs. Yeah, they're all good. There's no question about it. I just geek out on the lighting stuff. So, as you know.
One of the things that we typically try and do, and it's work, guys, is to find content that appeals to a broad range of people, so that you can get your nature stuff and your scenic and your landscape, and you can get your lighting, you can get working with models, and we've got a great photo walk. We didn't put in the. I'll throw up the first page. I only have the first page of this, folks. Don't ask me for Sunday because I don't have it in front of me. But I'm going to slide this in for you. This is Friday and Saturday's schedule. And just know the schedules are just a guideline, right? So nothing's hard and fast. Things can be flexible. Flights get delayed, flights get canceled, things get changed. But this is the plan for Friday and Saturday going in. Know that our image competition is in 2 weeks.
Oh, we'll hit that in a second. I'll hit that because
you know more about it than I do.
Yep.
Anyway, just the schedule is fantastic. Just know that we've got a great photo walk going on. That's not on here.
No.
Grr. Okay.
So once again, guys, we're.
I think it's Saturday night.
We could have slide us over there, will you?
Coming back.
There we go. So we kind of talked about this earlier about the volunteer thing and everything. This information is getting out to you guys as quick as we can, and sometimes we have stuff that's either left off inadvertently
or intentionally.
Or intentionally. And sometimes, I don't know how many of you have ever put one of these on, but to get speakers to respond and bios and headshots and yada, 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 and to do the fine details of an event like this, it's like herding cats.
Well, and I'll tell you this. So I've been planning, well, you too.
Yeah.
And we've both been planning events for decades, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to put that message back up. This is from Mike. Mike, you're what, teaching in another state, and then you're coming back for the last of our convention, right? I think I've got that right. Chime in and let me know. I'll put you up there on the screen. But you and I have both planned events for decades.
Yeah.
Event planning, bringing in assets from other locations, has gotten so much harder.
Yeah.
Travel
Yeah.
has changed.
Airlines aren't what they used to be.
There's been a big shift.
Yeah.
And I think...
And you know, and we're trying to keep the cost down, and you guys know what costs are doing.
Oh my!
They're
Our
skyrocketing.
grocery bill has nearly doubled. I've got a family of 5.
Yeah, well, and just talk about airline flights. Talk about. I'll tell you what. So I Ubered home from the hockey game the other night. Hey TJ, if you're out there, I didn't see you shooting. They were playing Maine. Anyway, that's never mind.
I think TJ's at work right now.
Well, it doesn't matter. He'll watch it later. Anyway, I Ubered home. So from downtown, the Grove, to my house out here in Stepford, $40. That's without the tip.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to buy this car. It's a piece of junk, but it was $40.
We did a lot of Ubering at Imaging, and those prices would fluctuate by the moment. And at one point, we're like, we need a ride. Oh, it's this much. Let's get our group together and figure out where we're going to meet. And when we went to do it, it was double.
Yeah.
Like, oh!
So, and the bottom line here is, when you're trying to figure out what to charge, and you're trying to figure out all this stuff that we have to figure out, and people coming in, and sometimes they can't get the time off, or sometimes they have to change things or whatever, and they got to change flights, you got to change motel rooms. There's a lot going on. So I would love to, I'm just going to put out a little plea here.
Go ahead.
For everybody to, just relax a little bit. We will have, and you're all excited, and that's awesome. I'm glad that the photography community here is excited.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, it was so much easier to do this process,
Yeah.
and now it's just gotten a little bit. It just takes longer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more question marks.
And I get it. Everybody wants to know the who, when, where's, and whys, and we do too. And just like the photo walks and stuff, we haven't quite got all that information nailed down yet. It's not on the schedule for that reason.
I think it is.
No, I don't think
Where'd
so.
I put it?
Oh, don't
Oh,
tell
it's
me.
in Trello. No, I
Don't
haven't.
tell me you're using Edge.
What? Oh, hush.
Gag.
What do you recommend?
Oh, anything but Edge. Gag.
Gag. Here's the deal. I wonder if I can get this over there.
You have to go way over, remember? Way over.
Oh, it's not working.
Nope.
That's not. Oh, no. Okay. No.
Yeah, it's not on there.
Where did I see that?
I think it's on the Trello thing, but I don't think it's here.
All right.
Anyway, we'll have it out to you just as soon as we can. We got some great stuff planned this year, and we hope you can actually go. We've kept the cost down so you can go. We've planned around
That was a major challenge.
The Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing. We've kind of planned around so it takes the Eastern Idaho, Northern Idaho people less time, so they don't have to spend another night, basically.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff going on.
I want to say this. People are like, why is our convention so much more than like going to Imaging? Well, Imaging is 13,000 people. That's buying power, people. You can buy down the cost of rooms. You can guarantee a certain number of things. We're Idaho. We're a small population state to start with. Population of Idaho is just now approaching what some of the smaller cities are in other states, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have that kind of buying power. And if you want good talent to come and talk to us, it costs money. I'm going to say this, and if it weren't for Mike, we wouldn't have some of this talent because he calls in favors.
Mr. Collins is.
We love you, man.
Yeah, he's done.
This should cost $600 to $800 if we were paying full price for a lot of the things that.
And attendance is big too. So
just being resourceful.
if you don't go, if you guys don't come to, we're throwing money away. That's my take on it.
Well,
anyway.
it's absolutely true. We don't do this because it feels good. It's a lot of work, but you enjoy that when. You show up and everybody else shows up.
And one of our deals is education, right? I mean, that's the
one of our
whole deal.
pillars.
So we're trying to educate people.
All right. So we talked about convention.
Yeah.
Yeah. How we doing?
Let's do. What are we doing?
12:30.
Oh, we're good.
You analog too? You're digital, but analog. No,
Yeah.
you're analog.
No, that's digital.
It's digital.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a watch.
I know, but like Casio or what?
No, this is it's something, it does my heart rate and all that junk. I don't know what it is. Yeah. What else does it do?
Just straight up analog.
It does blood pressure. It does all kinds of shit.
Really?
But yeah.
So
So when I faint and it says 0, that means I'm, gone. Just, gone.
Off
image
the
competition.
rails.
Yeah. Image competition. Let's talk about that for a minute. So this year, to give our print competition chair and co-chair, chairs, and a chance for them to come to convention, which we all want to do, we've moved the image competition up to the submissions have to be in on the 14th of March by midnight. So that's uploaded to printcompetition.com. The rules are out on the website. I will clean that up a little bit because that was hastily thrown out there, which is fine because it had to be out there. The rules, the printcompetition.com website is out there. How you submit, how much it is all out there. And those pages are separate.
It's all on printcompetition.com.
And it's on our website also.
Okay.
So, but when you go to our website, when you click on the first page, you're not automatically going to scroll to the next page. There's like 6 pages. So you need to, click on 1, click on 2, click on 3, click on 4.
I told TJ that we were. Oh, look, you can see the multi-view. I'm really tired. I told TJ talking about you on the live. He goes, and I'm missing it. Damn it, man.
You do.
I have to get out of this office gig and start running my life. There's an episode in that.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this. This is how I do that. Now it's a picture, and now we'll do an episode about it.
So anyway, get your images ready. Another shout out to another PPI member, and that's Phil White.
Oh my gosh.
So Phil has taken, I don't know,
Phil's been a guest on our show a few times. And
6 or 7 under his wing.
I have to sit on the box when he's with us because he's so much taller than I am.
And actually Ellen Ansel started this, and Phil.
Masters Group.
Yeah, and Phil kind of joined it. We call it, what's it called? The
Masters Group?
Yeah, something like that. And there's a bunch of us that have gotten 79s forever, and we're going to try and actually break the 80 barrier this time. So,
and we still do numeric scoring in Idaho.
Yeah, so it's not a thumbs up, thumbs down. So anyway, get your images in on the 14th. The actual print competition is on the 18th of March, and that's full 2 weeks before the convention, which is good because now Phil and Sherry can come to convention. We don't have to tie up another room at convention, which costs us a ton of money.
And the whole process of pulling all of the trophies and the winnings together between Friday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
This
just makes sense, especially now that it's a virtual competition, in that it's digital images on calibrated monitors for scoring, that kind of thing. But
so you're going to ask, what about Club 79? How come? Can I sit somewhere?
I have a graphic for that somewhere. I don't have a graphic.
Yeah,
I don't.
We have that. We have, and it's been floated around on Facebook. But we'll get
Carrie Grant's hosting
here
at Club
in Boise.
79 at her studio.
Yep, and is it Katrina?
No.
Who is it in Eastern Idaho?
Oh no. I don't know. Help me out. Tish
Mestis, is going to host in Eastern Idaho, and Amy, I think, is actually going to. I know she is. Will actually be at convention. So we're still looking for somebody in North Idaho if somebody could pull something together up there, or McCall, either one. So those watch parties will be just like Club 79, and I think you hit it best. Somebody said, "Well, what's the deal with this?" Well, basically, you get to sit around and commiserate with everybody else that got 79s.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. So you go from, that's a great image, and your heart. Oh, just slapped my mic. Sorry. And your heart goes, I'm going to score that at 85, and the judge goes 63, or whatever, and you're just like, So
Mike says it's Sky. Is that Sky?
No. Oh, is it Sky? I thought it was Tish that was going to do it. We'll check on it. There's going to be one over there somewhere.
It's in Blackfoot. It's got to be Tish.
I think it's in.
I think
it's
Sky
Tish.
is not available. We did talk about Sky, but I think she's not available.
Sky, we talk about you a lot.
All the time.
Just saying. Anyway.
Especially when the cameras aren't on.
I believe it's 8 images for $65, I think, for members. I believe that's the.
So you're out of my territory. I haven't followed any of that yet.
So anyway, March 14th, midnight. You have to have them uploaded. There are guidelines on the website about how to size them, what to do, yada, yada, yada. So get out there.
Work to do.
So here's the deal. On all of this stuff, you guys have got to read, and then read it over again, and then read it over a third time, and then ask yourself, what did I miss? Because there's a lot of stuff in those 6 pages, a lot. So
and it doesn't change much from year to year, but there are nuances.
And you can feel free to get a hold of us and ask us if you want, but I'm telling you, the closer it gets to March 14th, like at March 14th at 11 p.m., I'm going to be asleep. So you can't ask at that point in time.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with competition too much. Just know that image competition is 2 weeks away. Convention starts at the end of the month. Now is a great time to get registered for that. A lot of folks will wait to the end of the month. If you can get on now, it's a big help to your organizers. It really is. We've got good things happening. Of course, our annual membership meeting is going to be held at convention.
That's on Sunday. Yep.
And that's an important element. If you're a member of PPI, your voice really needs to be heard there. We'll have elections there and talk about our finances there and just all of the things, right? But this is your organization. We're just in place to run it at the moment.
Yeah.
Right? And there's been a lot of great people come before us.
Yep.
Yep. You know who I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Jim Fort.
We're placeholders.
I'm thinking about Jill Davidson. Jill Davidson was part of this organization when I came in, and I learned a lot from Jill. Yep, learned a lot from Jill.
So was Jim.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, let's, I'm going to throw a deal out of there. Mike is helping us out. 6 for 85.
6 for 8.
Mike, I really
Michael.
appreciate that you're out there, man. And Jen Alvey says, Letitia is what I see on the graphic. Thanks.
Perfect.
That's the Tish we're talking about. She goes by both. Laquita, what do you have to say here? So fun. I'm bummed I'm not able to go to a Club 79. You know what? If you think on it a little bit, I think somebody's probably going to open a Zoom and you can commiserate virtually. The lengths we go to.
Yeah.
Let's come back here. I'm going to come back to the rundown for a minute, and I want to push our title slide a little bit. Let's take maybe 10 minutes and just get personal.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. This button, that button. Here it comes. Tête-à-tête. I talked about this at the beginning. We've got a lot more folks here now. Tête-à-tête is a French term, and it really refers to.
And you can't eat it.
No, it's a personal conversation between two people, and I really wanted that to play a factor into what we're doing today. It's been a while since we've had consistent lives week to week, and we've done hundreds of them, and then we kind of took a break through the holidays last year out of necessity, and then things went bonkers for me. Things got very dramatic for you, and we talked we talked, and you said, let's do it, but let's just talk.
All right.
That's what you said to me. And so here we are.
Yeah.
Right? We've talked about the important things that are organization-wide.
And to get back into this, I just wanted to have a conversation. We sit here and we harp on, you're not charging enough and gear.
Busy as bullshit.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff. And, a lot of our conversation, Bob and I's conversations, are around that. I got to admit that. But a lot of our conversations are just around us and our families. So it really has nothing to do with photography at all. And I just, as far as I'm concerned, this is a community, and that includes all of you. And we all know a little bit about everybody.
Sometimes it's misleading, though. What you think you know about somebody.
Yeah, you don't.
You just don't know the backstory, or you don't know maybe the things that are weighing heavy on them, or maybe the things that are giving them joy.
Or maybe
I know Q had car trouble, like serious car trouble, right?
Yeah.
What do you do when you've got a household and you're dependent on the vehicle and your car goes crap on you?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Or
We talked a lot about it, didn't we?
when people call you, I need to have this done right now, and you're going through some crisis, you can't really have it done right now. That's kind of how come we hit the volunteer thing, or at least I did early on, was because we try and be as affable and as friendly as we can be, but sometimes there's time when hey, I'm not going to get to it today.
You can get demanding all you want to, but this is not a job, and you're not paying me to be here.
Yeah. And
there is a measure of I've taken the responsibility for this, and I have a commitment to it.
I get that part. Yep.
I'm going to tack onto that. We photographed a woman this morning that her company paid for her to be photographed 2 months ago, and SHTF, right?
Yeah.
With her, and then me, and then her, and then her again. This is the 4th time we've had her booked. I was not expecting a great experience this morning because it's just been a while.
Right.
And we had a great time. We connected and talked about the things. And the first thing that she says was something she'd had surgery on her brain for an aneurysm and has kind of a dent in her head. And a lot of us would really worry about that. And she was too. And I said, it makes you distinctly, profoundly human. Like we are all at the end of the day, I do this, I do that, but I am human.
Yeah.
So I wrapped my arm around my wife and I said, here, it's okay to just be human, just be yourself. And this weight came off her shoulders. And all that stuff that we've dealt with for the last couple of months, that just went away.
Yeah.
Right? Insignificant.
Yep. So we just, again, the community, we just need to be stronger with each other and more tolerant, I think, a little bit. Like
I can't say anything to that.
Like me and you, I have to be more tolerant than you. Bob and I get along just fine. So.
You know what? Even if I've upset you, it's okay, right?
Oh yeah. We don't agree on everything. I give him shit all the time about the stuff he does, and he gives me shit all the time about the stuff I do. So that's fine. I don't have to agree with you.
I think I'm going to come back to the community thing.
I mean, like your dog's kind of whack.
My dog?
Yeah.
My dog is great now.
Yeah. Your dog's way better now that you have the space out here. Yeah.
I'll tell you a fun story. Yesterday, I went out to the truck to put something in my console, and he was just walking outside with me, which he does now. He used to run.
Yeah.
But now he just walked around with us. He checks the mail with us, goes to the cars with us, and meets the kids, meets my guests outside, meets my clients at the curb. It's really cool. I opened the door to put something in my truck, and he jumps in and looked at me like, "Where are we going?" So we took a drive. I took my dog for a ride yesterday, right? It was great. I summoned Bri, and we took the dog for a 15-minute car drive, and it was a good 15 minutes.
Your dog's great if you don't touch the doorbell.
Oh man, don't do the doorbell. There's no need to go there.
Yeah, no need to touch the doorbell.
I want to swing back.
Okay.
And when David Trust was out a couple of years ago for our leadership retreat, our board retreat, he talked a lot about what makes an affiliate. And he said the affiliates that have hung their hat on education have gone under. Mm-hmm. Because education is everywhere now. You can get it in your community. You can get it online. There's so much coming at people, right? He said the affiliates that are community first are the thriving affiliates. And so I really think that leans into this community network thing. But not going down that road, I just want to say that Jen Alvey, I think you were the first to start talking about this really is about the people, our members, you and I. Mm-hmm. Right? We're members first, and then we've stepped into leadership and grooming, bringing more volunteers and more leaders, giving more ownership to the organization. But as part of a community. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to Amy Peterson in Sandpoint about fall retreat next year. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Right?
It's very cool.
This giant world we live in has been tamed a little bit by the Zoom calls and the FaceTimes and things like that. And it allows us to have that relationship. But what you said, give a little grace.
Yeah. And
Be forgiving.
and-
be less quick to judge.
And Idaho is the state's, because of the mountains, regions, it's, we go up and down and left and right. And pretty much that's it. And then after you go right, you go north a little bit. But then you hit Montana, so you got to come back.
Got to come back.
So,
See this from Laquita?
I didn't see it.
Here it comes.
Okay. There you go. That's true. We're such a diverse state geographically and time-wise. So
Oh my gosh.
for Amy to come down here, it's probably about 7 hours, probably.
9.
Nah, to Sandpoint. You haven't driven that road very much.
No,
apparently.
but that's what,
Yeah,
it's a commitment.
it is a
Right?
commitment.
7
yeah.
hours, 9 hours, it's a commitment.
Yeah.
I know because we just did Salem, Oregon 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Lewiston's
7
about
hours.
5 hours. I think she's only a couple hours up there. So Moscow's, not 7 hours. Anyway.
Well, you'd know better because you went to school up there.
Yeah. And then to go from left to right, right? If you're in if you're in Weiser or Payette and you got to hit Idaho Falls or Blackfoot, or Pocatello, any of that stuff over there, that's, what is that? 5 hours, whatever. So it's a drive.
Yeah.
Well, then it depends on
That's
which
our
one of those-
state, right?
Yeah. So we need to. We're trying really hard to pull the state kind of together on this, and the community, I think, can thrive on that whole entire state, and we're trying. What do we need to do that? Well, we need more people.
Yeah.
We need more members
Yeah.
because
we need
what
our
happens,
members to take ownership too. That's
because what happens when you get more members? There's more members that go, well, I can do that, or I
Right.
can do that, I can do that.
So good.
And when you do that, here's the rule that we've gone through my other nonprofits that I've gone through. For every 30 members that you get, there's usually 7 to 10 that will work for the organization. Out of those 7 to 10, there's 5 you can count on a consistent basis.
Do you have STP over there? Same 3 people?
Yeah. No, here's what happens. To Bob's point, here's what happens. So if you get that growth, and we got the in my other organizations we have the growth. If you get that growth, now you don't have STP, which is a great term. Now we have 25 people that you can count on. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, that if you had 25 people doing this convention,
You'd have 100 showing up.
you'd have 100 showing up. If you had 100 showing up, guess what you get? You get more. I'm not going to say better speakers because that would be a misnomer. But it's easier to get speakers here. It's easier to get the trade show here.
Oh my gosh.
It's easier to get whatever you need.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. If you want to bring a Canon Explorer of Light here, it's butts and seats,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
They're like, we'll come if you get this
Yep.
many people, and like, well, foof, we have no hope of that. We did bring Lindsay Ether out last year, Canon Explorer of Light, and it cost us a big chunk of change because we couldn't put people in the seats.
Yeah. For those of you that are out there, and for those of you that watch after this is over, because I don't think anybody that's here with us right now, I'd really like to. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around why we couldn't sell 100 tickets to Lindsay Adler. I'm just curious about that. Really am.
Yeah.
Because now. Fashion's not for everybody, and if I'm
not a fashion photographer,
if I'm a
I'm a strobist.
right. But if I'm a food photographer, I probably wouldn't go see Lindsay Adler, right?
I would also love to see a food stylist and food
Oh,
photographer.
absolutely. Well,
right?
we have let's talk about that. The upcoming. Food
Okay.
shoot, but not right now. So if you're out there and you can anonymously send in why maybe I don't know, whatever the reason is. It was $100 to see her. I thought was very reasonable.
That's pretty insane.
And I'm kind of preaching to the choir on this
Thanks,
here.
Bray.
But if you know somebody, that you can ask and say, why, what's happening there. I just, and this is out of curiosity. I'm not blaming anybody. I don't.
No, and it's water under the bridge, but
yeah.
it'd be nice to know why. But
Yeah.
I've got some ideas, and I think that, I don't know.
Because we'd like to try and do it again. That's the problem.
Oh, there's some major Joel Grimes. We'd
Yeah.
love to have Joel Grimes here.
So there's all kinds of stuff. There are all kinds of people, but we can't, if we do it on the same way we did Lindsay, we can't do it.
Yep.
So that's.
Well, let's come back here for a
Yeah.
minute. It's 10 to 12. I just want to say.
Go ahead.
I just want to bring it back to community and just,
Yeah.
I talk a lot about business. I talk a lot about business in my friend circles, and I talk a lot about business in my photographer circles, and I talk about business in business circles, right? It's who I am and where I'm at in my life stage right now, that those are my top of mind things. But you don't have to be that photographer. You don't have to be the photographer that's trying to make a living. One of my best friends, Craig, you know Craig.
Mm-hmm.
One of my best friends, Craig, he's an astounding photographer. He's not making a living yet. Dave Keys. Dave Keys moved here to use his photography talent for Mission Aviation Fellowship. He doesn't want to make a living out of photography. He wants to serve with his photography.
Right.
I love that. It's our relationship with the police officers here in Meridian.
But here,
I want to serve them with my photography.
and I think where you're going is that you don't have to be any of that to join our community.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
You can't. I don't have this lens, or I don't have the Gucci bag, right? Nobody.
House of Flynn.
Yeah, nobody cares what kind of bag, or at least I don't.
I do.
I don't even care if my shoes match my belt. That's how bad I am. So there you go.
I've never even considered that.
Well, I do today.
What are you wearing?
Brown.
Brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go to lunch, I'll show you my brown belt. My shirt's untucked.
It's a brown belt.
Yeah, brown belt. Actually, it was never mind. Anyway, let's real fast. Let's hit our monthly shoot for this month. So the week of March. That week of March 13th through the 18th is going to be a busy one, right? Because you're going to turn in your images on the 14th or before then. But March 13th, we have a great open shoot. Probably should put that on Facebook.
It is. Yeah. So
or no, not on Facebook, but on the website too.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be handy.
Yeah.
We have fun shoots planned all year long,
Yep.
and I finally pushed that list out. So Carrie Grant and Jen Alvey are coordinating to build Facebook events and graphics so that you can start knowing ahead of time what's coming up. But you're talking about the fun shoot at Jovino. It's a wine and coffee bar restaurant, and they're opening exclusively to have us come in and photograph some things. And it's just good fellowship. It's fun. You don't have to be a member of this either. In fact, this has been a great way to add members to our organization. They get to come and see some of the photographers and the work that's being done.
So for those of you that are going, I'm going to be one of them, invite somebody that's not affiliated with PPI.
Excellent.
And just to show them that, and I don't care what kind of camera, they could have a cell phone. It does not matter. Invite them. If they're interested.
Because it's fellowship, it's camaraderie.
If they're interested on how to take a picture of a cup of coffee or a glass of wine or whatever we're going to do at that establishment.
Very cool.
Then get them in there.
Yep.
So.
Very cool. So look to Facebook for events for our fun shoots coming up. The whole list is out. I can put that together on a slide too coming up. Jen Alvey, would you send me, would you mind, if you have time, sending me 16:9 formatted versions of your graphics for our fun shoots? Is that doable?
And if you could add me so I could put it on the website, that'd be great. So there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right. So listen.
How are we doing? Oh, we're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening to us. Yak.
Just chat.
Yeah.
Just chatting. So much more I want to talk about.
Well, next week.
Yeah. So let's. I'm going to pop something up here real quick.
All right.
I'm going to ditch that dude and bring Bama Shalama.
Oh yeah.
Right. I'm going to push this one more time. Join us at 1 o'clock today here in Meridian.
Pueblo Lindo.
Pueblo Lindo, and they're right at the corner of U Stick and Eagle
It's where this,
Good
it's where
food,
the
it's
where the super
affordable.
salad used to be, across from Kohl's.
Yep, it's there. Great folks, very, very lightning fast service.
Yeah, good food though too.
Yeah, really good. So looking forward to that. And then the last bit, I'm going to tag into this last slide here if you want.
Yep.
And you can lay it out there.
All right. As soon as you slide it over.
I'm going to do the push. Ready?
Yep. There we go. So, if you like what you heard today, or anytime, or you're trying to improve your photography at any
We might have
rate,
just given them a whole
we
bunch
might-
of questions,
Exactly.
right?
Well, we might have scared some people away.
Maybe.
Join us. This is a community of photographers. It's not a community of, look how good I am, or here's my medals. No, we leave your ego at the door type of an organization. Join us. PPIofidaho.com. There's a big button on the front page that says join us. Click on there. Couldn't be easier. If you want to save some money, it's $99 a year. That also gets you discounts to our some other events like fall retreat, etc.
And convention.
Yep. And then, or if you don't have $100 right now, but you want to join, it's $10 a month. We do ask for a 1-year commitment. So join us with, is it 10 or 9? $9.99?
$9.95, $9.99,
I think, yeah.
something like that.
It's $10.
$10,
yeah.
man.
But a month. And,
It's $100 a year. Like,
yeah.
pop in your $99 membership
Yeah.
and don't look back, because
Like getting more, that's like 2 pizzas.
community is everything. You spend enough time with your phone, right? I followed you. I took Instagram and Facebook off my phone. It has been absolutely liberating.
I'll tell
All right,
you,
folks.
if you
I think I'm going
That's
to bring some
another
music in,
topic.
right? I'm going to bring up the music a
have
little
a
bit.
good day. Join us for lunch today. And
Thanks, folks.
thanks for everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Yep.